Chapter 1 The Mystery Begins. It was a hot evening in Miami, Florida. Alex and his family were on a big boat to the Bahamas. They had been looking forward to this trip for a long time. Alex was 14 years old, and his younger sister, Maya, was 8. They were both very excited to see the beautiful beaches and swim in the blue water of the Caribbean. As the sun started to set, Alex and Maya were playing on the boat's deck. Suddenly, Alex saw something strange in the water. "Look, Maya," he said. "What is that?" Maya looked where Alex was pointing and saw a dark shape in the water. "I don't know," she said, "but it looks like a big boat." As the boat got closer, they could see that it was an old and rusty ship. It looked like it had been abandoned for many years. Alex's dad, Mr. Johnson, came over and asked, "What are you kids looking at?" Alex and Maya pointed to the old boat. Mr. Johnson was surprised. "That's strange," he said. "I wonder how that ship ended up here." As the old ship got closer, it was sailing straight towards them, and it seemed to be headed for a collision. The captain of the boat came on the loudspeaker and said, "Attention all passengers, please return to your cabins immediately. We have an emergency situation. Please remain calm and follow the instructions of the crew." Alex, Maya, and their family quickly went back to their cabin, and Alex wondered if the old ship could be the ghost ship they had heard about that disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle. Chapter 2 A Strange Sighting. After the emergency announcement, Alex and his family stayed in their cabin and waited for further instructions from the crew. Alex was feeling scared and curious at the same time. He wanted to know what was happening, but he also didn't want anything bad to happen. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. It was one of the crew members. "Please follow me to the deck," he said. "The captain wants to speak to you." Alex, Maya, and their parents followed the crew member to the deck. When they arrived, they saw that the old ship was still heading towards them. But now, something even stranger happened. The ship suddenly vanished into thin air. Alex and his family couldn't believe their eyes. "Did you see that?" Alex said to Maya. "The ship just disappeared." Maya was just as surprised. "That's so weird," she said. The captain of the boat came over to them and explained that they had just witnessed a strange phenomenon that often happened in the Bermuda Triangle. "This is why this area is called the Devil's Triangle," he said. "Many ships and planes have disappeared here without a trace." Alex was now more curious than ever. "Do you think the ghost ship we saw could have been one of them?" he asked. The captain looked at Alex and nodded. "It's possible," he said. "No one knows what really happens in the Bermuda Triangle, but there are many theories and legends about it." Alex and his family were amazed by what they had just witnessed, and they couldn't wait to learn more about the mysterious Bermuda Triangle. Chapter 3 A Tour of the Boat. The next day, the boat arrived in the Bahamas. Alex and his family were excited to explore the beautiful islands, but Alex couldn't stop thinking about the strange sighting they had witnessed the night before. He was determined to learn more about the Bermuda Triangle and the ghost ship. While his parents were enjoying the sunny beach, Alex went to the boat's library to do some research. He found many books about the Bermuda Triangle and started reading them. As he was reading, Alex met a friendly crew member named Lily. She was also interested in the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle, and she offered to take Alex on a tour of the boat. Alex was thrilled and quickly accepted the offer. Lily showed Alex the captain's bridge, the engine room, and the kitchen. She even took him to the back of the boat, where there was a small deck that was usually closed to passengers. "Wow, this is amazing," Alex said as he looked out at the vast ocean. "Do you ever get scared being out here in the middle of nowhere?" Lily smiled. "Not really," she said. "I love being out here on the water. It's peaceful, and I feel like I'm part of something bigger than myself." As they were standing there, Alex noticed something strange in the distance. It was a dark shape in the water, and it looked like it was heading towards them. "Lily, look over there," Alex said, pointing to the dark shape. "What is that?" Lily looked where Alex was pointing and frowned. "That's strange," she said. "We're not supposed to be in this area. We need to tell the captain." Alex and Lily quickly made their way to the captain's bridge and reported what they had seen. The captain was concerned and ordered the boat to change course immediately. As the boat moved away from the dark shape, Alex couldn't help but wonder if it was another strange sighting in the Bermuda Triangle. He was starting to feel like this trip was more than just a vacation. It was an adventure full of mysteries and surprises. Chapter 4. A Mysterious Island. As the boat sailed further away from the strange dark shape in the water, Alex's curiosity continued to grow. He wondered what else lay ahead in their journey through the Bermuda Triangle. The next day, the boat arrived at an island that was not on their original itinerary. The captain announced that due to unforeseen circumstances, they would have to stop at this island for a few hours. Alex and his family were excited to explore the island, but as they stepped off the boat, they noticed something strange. The island was quiet, and there were no people in sight. "Where is everyone?" Mia asked, looking around. "I don't know," Alex said, "but this is creepy." As they walked through the island, they came across an old abandoned village. The houses were run down and covered in vines, and there were no signs of life. "This is so strange," Alex said. "Why would an entire village be abandoned like this?" As they continued their walk, they noticed something even more unusual. There was a strange symbol etched onto the walls of the houses and on the tree. It was a circle with a cross in the middle, and it looked like it had been made with some kind of dark ink. "What does this mean?" Alex asked, looking at the symbol. "I don't know. Mia said, but it doesn't look good." Suddenly, they heard a noise coming from one of the houses. They cautiously approached and peeked inside. What they saw left them speechless. There was a room filled with strange artifacts and ancient writings. There were maps of the Bermuda Triangle and sketches of a ghost ship that looked eerily similar to the one they had seen. "This is insane," Alex said, staring at the artifacts. "Someone has been studying the Bermuda Triangle and the ghost ship." Just as they were about to leave the room, they heard footsteps outside. Panicking, They quickly hid behind a nearby wall. A group of people dressed in dark robes walked by. They were chanting and holding candles, and they didn't seem to notice Alex and his family. "What is going on?" Maya whispered. "I don't know," Alex said, "but I have a feeling we're not the only ones interested in the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle." As they continued their exploration of the island, Alex and his family couldn't shake off the feeling that they were being watched. The mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle were only getting deeper, and they had a feeling that they were about to uncover something truly sinister. Chapter 5. A Frightening Encounter. As they continued their exploration of the mysterious island, Alex and his family heard more strange noises and whispers coming from the abandoned village. They started to feel uneasy and nervous, and they decided it was time to leave. As they walked back to the boat, they noticed that the sky was getting darker and the wind was picking up. They hurried along, trying to get back to the safety of the boat as quickly as possible. But just as they were about to step onto the boat, they heard a loud noise coming from the woods. It sounded like someone or something was coming towards them. Suddenly, a group of people dressed in dark robes appeared out of nowhere, blocking their way to the boat. They were the same people Alex and his family had seen earlier, and they looked angry. "What are you doing here?" One of the robed figures demanded. "We were just exploring the island," Alex said nervously. "We didn't mean to cause any trouble." "You have seen too much," another figure said menacingly. "You must come with us." Alex and his family tried to run back to the boat, but the robed figures were too fast. They grabbed hold of Alex and his family and started dragging them away from the boat and deeper into the woods. "Help!" Maya screamed. "Somebody help us!" But there was nobody around to hear them. They were completely alone and at the mercy of these mysterious figures. As they were being dragged through the woods, they saw something that made their blood run cold. It was the ghost ship they had seen before, sailing towards them with its tattered sails and eerie glow. The robed figures led them onto the ship, and Alex and his family were locked in a small room below deck. They had no idea what was going to happen to them, or if they would ever make it out alive. As they sat in the dark, cramped room, they heard strange noises coming from outside. It sounded like the ship was moving, but they couldn't be sure. "We have to find a way out of here," Alex whispered to his family. "We can't just sit here and wait for something terrible to happen." But as they tried to find a way out, they realized that they were trapped. The door was locked, and the windows were too small to climb through. They had no choice but to wait and hope for a miracle. The mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle had taken a terrifying turn, and Alex and his family were at the mercy of forces they couldn't even begin to understand. Chapter 6. A Desperate Escape. As Alex and his family sat trapped in the small, dark room aboard the ghost ship, they knew they had to find a way to escape. The ship was moving fast, and they had no idea where they were going or what was going to happen to them. After a few minutes of brainstorming, Alex noticed a small rusted keyhole on the door. He tried the key from his pocket, but it didn't fit. He guessed that the key to the door must be somewhere on the ship. "We need to find that key," Alex said. "We can't just sit here and wait for them to do something to us." The family searched the small room for any other possible exit, but there was none. They were locked in, and their only hope was finding the key. They could hear the sound of the waves crashing against the hull, and the creaking of the ship's timbers as it sailed through the storm. It was clear that they were far out at sea, and that nobody would be able to help them. As they walked through the dark, eerie corridors of the ghost ship, they saw that the other rooms were filled with strange artifacts and symbols. They had never seen anything like it before. Suddenly, they heard the sound of footsteps coming from down the hall. The robed figures were coming back. Alex and his family ran into the nearest room and hid behind a pile of old crates. They could hear the figures talking, but they couldn't make out what they were saying. After a few minutes, the figures left, and Alex and his family continued their search for the key. As they walked down another corridor, they noticed a strange glow coming from under a door at the end of the hall. They cautiously approached the door, and as they opened it, they gasped in shock. The room was filled with glowing crystals, and in the center of the room was a small, ancient-looking chest. Alex realized that this must be where the key was hidden. He opened the chest, and inside was the key to the door of their room. The family quickly made their way back to their room, and with the help of the key, they were able to escape. As they climbed up the stairs to the deck of the ship, they saw that the ship was sailing towards a strange, glowing portal in the middle of the ocean. Without hesitation, they jumped off the ship and swam towards the portal, hoping that it would lead them back to safety. As they swam through the portal, they were enveloped in a bright, blinding light. When they opened their eyes, they found themselves back on the beach of the island where they had first arrived. They were battered, bruised, and shaken, but they were alive. They knew they had to leave the island and the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle behind them, and they set out to find a way home. Chapter 7. A Surprising Discovery. After their harrowing experience aboard the ghost ship, Alex and his family were relieved to be back on solid ground. However, they couldn't shake the feeling that something was still not right. As they made their way through the dense jungle, they stumbled upon an old, abandoned research facility. The facility was rusted and overgrown, but something about it drew them in. Curiosity getting the best of them, they decided to explore the facility. As they entered the main lab, they saw a group of scientists working on strange machines. The scientists were shocked to see Alex and his family, but they quickly composed themselves and explained that they were researching the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle. They had been studying the phenomenon for years, trying to uncover its secrets. Alex and his family were surprised to hear this. They had always thought of the Bermuda Triangle as a place of danger and mystery, but they had never considered that people were actively trying to study it. The scientists invited them to join them in their research, and Alex and his family eagerly agreed. They spent the next few days helping the scientists collect data and analyze their findings. As they worked, they learned that the Bermuda Triangle was a place of extreme magnetic anomalies, which could disrupt the navigational instruments of ships and planes. The scientists believe that this could explain many of the mysterious disappearances in the area. Alex and his family were fascinated by the research, but they knew that they couldn't stay on the island forever. They had to find a way home. After discussing their situation with the scientists, they were given a radio to try to make contact with the outside world. After several attempts, they were finally able to establish a connection. They explained their situation and their location, and they were relieved to hear that a rescue team was on its way. The scientists helped them prepare for their departure, and they said their goodbyes. As they waited for the rescue team to arrive, Alex and his family reflected on their adventure. They had experienced danger and mystery, but they had also made new friends and learned valuable lessons about the power of curiosity and the importance of working together. As the rescue team approached the island, Alex and his family knew that they would never forget their experience in the Bermuda Triangle. It was a place of mystery and wonder, and they would always carry a part of it with them wherever they went. Chapter 8. The Return Home. After spending several days on the island and assisting the scientists with their research, Alex and his family were finally rescued and taken back to their home. Although they were relieved to be back in familiar surroundings, they couldn't shake off the feeling that something had changed within them. They had experienced something extraordinary, something that had opened their minds to a whole new world of possibility. As they settled back into their daily routine, they found that they were constantly reminded of their adventure in the Bermuda Triangle. Every time they looked at the sea, they couldn't help but wonder about the mysteries that lay beneath the surface. Alex started reading books about the Bermuda Triangle and became fascinated by the stories of other people who had encountered strange occurrences in the area. He even started keeping a journal of his own experiences and observations. One day, as he was walking along the beach, he stumbled upon a strange object washed up on the shore. It was a piece of metal that appeared to be part of an old ship. He showed it to his parents, and they decided to take it to a local museum to see if it could be identified. The museum curator was amazed to see the piece of metal, and after studying it for a while, he confirmed that it was indeed from an old ship that had disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle many years ago. Alex and his family were stunned by this discovery. It was proof that the stories of the Bermuda Triangle were not just myths or legends. Something strange and mysterious was happening in that part of the world, and they were determined to find out more. Over the next few weeks, they continued to research the Bermuda Triangle and discovered many more stories of strange occurrences and unexplained disappearances. They even contacted some of the scientists they had met on the island and asked for their input. As they delved deeper into the mystery, they realized that they had become a part of something bigger than themselves. They had joined a community of people who were searching for answers and trying to uncover the secrets of the Bermuda Triangle. Even though they may never fully understand the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle, Alex and his family were grateful for their adventure and for the new perspectives it had given them. They had learned that there was so much more to the world than they had ever imagined, and they were excited to continue exploring and discovering new things. Chapter 9: The Final Revelation. Months had passed since Alex and his family returned from their adventure in the Bermuda Triangle. They had returned to their normal lives, but their fascination with the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle remained. One day, Alex received an unexpected email from one of the scientists they had met on the island. The email contained a link to a website that contained information about a new discovery related to the Bermuda Triangle. The website explained that a team of scientists had been conducting research in the area and had discovered a series of underwater structures that appeared to be man-made. The structures were arranged in a pattern that resembled a grid, and they were located in an area that was known for a high number of mysterious disappearances. The scientists had speculated that these structures could be the cause of the strange occurrences in the Bermuda Triangle. They believed that the structures were part of an ancient civilization that had somehow disappeared, leaving behind only these remnants. Alex and his family were stunned by this revelation. It was a breakthrough that could change the way people viewed the Bermuda Triangle forever. They immediately contacted the scientists and asked how they could help with the research. Over the next few months, Alex and his family worked closely with the scientists, assisting them in any way they could. They helped analyze data, conducted experiments, and even went on several expeditions to the Bermuda Triangle to collect samples and measurements. As their work progressed, they began to uncover more and more information about the mysterious structure. They found evidence of advanced technology and engineering that was far beyond anything that existed in their time. Finally, after months of hard work, they made a breakthrough. They discovered a hidden chamber within one of the structures that contained ancient artifacts and documents. The documents revealed that the structures were part of an ancient civilization that had existed thousands of years ago. The civilization had been highly advanced and had possessed knowledge and technology that was far beyond anything that existed in modern times. The documents also revealed that the civilization had been destroyed by a catastrophic event that had wiped out most of their population. The survivors had dispersed and scattered, leaving behind only the remnants of their civilization. Alex and his family were amazed by this discovery. It was a revelation that could change the course of history. They had uncovered evidence of an ancient civilization that had been lost to time, and they had done it through their own curiosity and determination. As they returned home, they knew that their adventure in the Bermuda Triangle had come to an end, but the knowledge they had gained and the discoveries they had made would stay with them forever. They had uncovered a mystery that had fascinated people for centuries, and they had done it together as a family. Chapter 10: The Legacy of the Bermuda Triangle. Alex and his family returned from their adventure in the Bermuda Triangle with a newfound appreciation for exploration and discovery. They had uncovered a mystery that had captivated people for centuries and had made a significant contribution to the scientific community. The news of their discovery had spread quickly, and they were invited to speak at conferences and events around the world. They shared their experiences and the knowledge they had gained with others, inspiring a new generation of explorers and scientists. But for Alex and his family, the greatest legacy of their adventure was the bond they had formed during their journey. They had worked together, faced challenges together, and had come out stronger as a family. The experience had taught them the value of curiosity, perseverance, and teamwork. It had shown them that anything was possible if they were willing to take risks and push themselves beyond their limits. As they reflected on their adventure, they realized that the Bermuda Triangle had given them more than just a mystery to solve. It had given them an opportunity to learn and grow, both individually and as a family. And so they made a promise to each other to continue exploring and discovering, to never lose their sense of wonder and curiosity, and to always face challenges together, no matter how difficult they may seem. As they looked out at the horizon, watching the sunset over the ocean, they knew that their adventure in the Bermuda Triangle had come to an end, but their journey of discovery had just begun, and they were excited to see where it would take them next.